Hi, I'm Rebecca Ryan. I'm a shamanic witch in Melbourne, Victoria. It's November. I wanted to have a chat to you, just a heads up for the best ways to use the energy of now. So now is going to run from November until the summer solstice or the winter solstice, depending on where you are, which is the end of December. So it's December 22nd-ish. The energy right now is about dropping things from the past. When that solstice hits in December, it's very much about moving forward into places inside of ourselves and outside of ourselves that suit us better. Fine, we'll get there. For right now, what I would recommend is that you look at how you are a living embodiment of your parents' dreams and maybe your parents' dreams. So because our bodies are made from our parents' bodies, there is much information about what's wanted or what's right or what's allowed for us, which is just passed down with the building of the cells. So we often are carrying the hopes and dreams of the generations before us almost unconsciously. What I recommend you doing is stepping out for a minute. So kind of, just taking a moment over a cup of tea or whatever, in the shower, going for a walk around the block, stepping out and saying, how am I currently embodying the fulfillment of my parents' dreams or my parents' dreams for them? So, for instance, if you have a grandparent who thought that their son would be a very good farmer and your parent wasn't a farmer, so that grandparent's son wasn't a farmer, he was something else, what has he passed on to you, into your body, about needing to be on the land or needing to follow the passage of harvests or what it is to be able to feed lots of families? There'll be all sorts of entrenched information in there coming from someone who had a dream for their son. You, being the child of that son, will hold a shadow of that dream. I highly recommend just standing outside of yourself for a moment and saying, how am I the embodiment of my parents' dreams or my parents' dreams? The question, if you like it, can be, how am I living up to their expectations or not living up to their expectations? Or it could be, how am I carrying on like a family line of something? However you want to do it. So you could ask yourself those three different types of that question over a couple of days if you want. Really, you're trying to do a temperature take of how much of your world exists based on shadows of them versus who you might be without that projection. Because when we're finished with December and we head into January, much of the shadows of that projection will be gone. So much of just what has been always true for you actually will have fallen away, because it's the end of the year of the black snake, so this is your next shedding. It would be nice to be conscious of the things that you're stepping out of so that you can consciously step out of them and use the strength of not just your unconscious, so your emotional self, but also your conscious self to step into something which suits you better. The energies at the moment are we're going through our last big sort of strip off or, release for this year. We have things retrograde, so planets are doing interesting things, which allow us this opportunity to be just a little bit more sane about how we come to be here, so what made us up, with the added bonus of when we see those things, we get a chance to say, actually, that's not really me. Like, I understand where that comes from, but actually that doesn't really suit me, and I think I might be done with that. So hugely beneficial for the development of the self, development of the psyche. We won't have to start fresh, so you're not staring down the barrel of a gun of going, well, if I don't want to do what I've always done, then that leaves me doing nothing. That's not what will happen. Next year we'll begin with a clearer, more like a truer, more essential version of you being allowed to express itself more clearly and more purely. So the reflection that you'll get back from the world will be more encouraging and more embracing, because you are sending out a projection of actually a clearer you. So you will feel more loved because the reflection coming back will be more clearly aimed at you. So this is a big clearing thing. Make the most of it. It's fantastic. And yes, we'll see at the end of this solstice what the next year brings. Thank you.